Since I created this YouTube channel in February, I managed to make only one account update on my Trading 212 portfolio. This was done a couple of months ago, but I've been investing with Trading 212 for about half a year now. I opened my account there just before they closed the registrations for all the new customers, and I have about £1,000 in it, which was really just an experiment for me, because the idea was to invest into penny stocks with Trading 212. Lots of people have been promoting this platform, saying that it is cheap, or even better than cheap, it was completely free. But recent news made me doubt the safety of this platform. Everything I'm going to say in this video is just my guess and my personal opinion. My conclusions are not going to be based on any facts, and please don't catch me on my words, because I might be completely wrong. But my patience is over, and I'm going to close my account on Trading 212 in the nearest future. So, before I start with the video, I also want to tell you that I am looking for an alternative. I want to find another platform which is similar to Trading 212, where I could move all of my funds and start from the very beginning, review the platform, maybe create an interesting content for you. So if there are other platforms that you are using and you would like me to review, then please mention them in the comments below this video, telling me about the advantages of this particular platform. I'd be really interested to find a new place to move my funds. My story with Trading 212 is finished, and I'm gonna tell you exactly why. Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Anastasia. On this channel I talk about investing, and especially investing for beginners. This video is going to be the platform Trading 212. This is the platform which is really cheap. It used to be completely free, now it just became cheap, and it is very popular among the investors in the UK, especially the beginners, just because it is so cheap. There is no other advantage of Trading 212, not to my knowledge anyway. It is user-friendly. Yes, it is easy to use, it is easy to register, but the low fees, or the absence of fees, used to be and still is the main selling point of Trading 212. This was the main selling point for me as well. This is something that made me registered on Trading 212, and to be honest with you, I had an idea of moving the majority of my funds there and making it my main investing platform. But soon after I registered on it, they stopped accepting new clients, which I at that point didn't find very strange, because really the demand was really high. We were in the middle of the lockdown, and investing was the topic that everybody was talking about, so I could understand a lot of people were registering on Trading 212, and they made an official statement that they weren't ready, they weren't prepared to accept new clients, and they decided to concentrate on their existing customers. I was alright with this decision, and I continued investing regularly into Trading 212, choosing my investing strategy, thinking what to do, and I tried. All my portfolio on Trading 212 is an experiment, okay? This is something that you have to understand, because I am going to share with you my results, and they are bad, but I don't worry about it, because this is definitely the money that I was prepared to lose, and I was just trying to learn something, and I definitely learned my lesson. So anyway, fast forward several months, and here we are in the end of August, and new clients are still not accepted by Trading 212, and the official reason is still the same. Lots of experts and lots of YouTubers asked them, was the real reason some cash and financial problems? But many times they said that this definitely was not the case, and they weren't experiencing any financial troubles. In the middle of this whole process, in the middle of this whole break, they also introduced a new fee, which was basically the first fee, and this was the conversion fee. So with Trading 212 you can open your account only in British pounds, but as soon as you want to buy a stock that is listed in the USA and in US dollars, you obviously have to pay the conversion fee, and then every time you want to withdraw your money, so every time you want to sell this stock, you have to exchange your dollars into pounds, so again you have to pay this fee. This was the first fee, and again, comparing to other similar platforms, this was a relatively low fee, which at that point I didn't think much about, because it is normal that I have to pay some money for the services that is provided to me by my broker. broker. And of course, the main ad that Trading212 was promoting itself with, the main idea of which was to show that this is a completely free platform, for investors, became very irrelevant because now all the investors had to pay a small, but it was a fee. Before this fee was introduced, lots of people were also asking them questions about how they make their money, where do their profits come from, because it was really impossible to see the evident source of income for them. Really, everything was free. And the way I see this situation, I would rather invest with someone like, for example, Free Trade, who openly shows its fees and who charges people for opening, for example, ISA. But I at least can understand how their business model works. With Trading212, I honestly could never understand where they were getting their money from until they introduced this fee. Even with the conversion fee, it looked so small that it was still strange that they were claiming not having any financial problems. Now, on top of introducing that fee, in these several months they had to update their terms and conditions several times. Every time they updated their terms and conditions, I read it, but I am not a lawyer, and on top of that, English is not my native language, so I very often don't understand some things that I'm reading about. And if you feel the same, then please leave your comments under this video, because I feel a bit stupid saying that I read terms and conditions but not always understand them. So anyway, this is my truth. I don't always understand the legal language, especially when there are a lot of terms used. The only thing that I understand is that all the terms and conditions always cover their back and make me responsible for absolutely everything. So recent terms and conditions update made me look on YouTube and in general on the internet about the meaning of some of the changes that they've made. And there was one particular point which was very concerning. So the main criteria of how I choose an investing platform and how I decide that I can even talk and mention these platforms on my YouTube channel is for this platform to be FCA regulated. Trading212 was and still is FCA regulated. This means that my money is protected for up to £85,000, but this is not even the main point, because I understand I will get my money back, but it doesn't mean that I will get my money instantly. It will still probably take a couple of years before I get it back, so I don't want the company, the Trading212 in this situation, have any financial problem. And if it is FCA regulated, then I assume that their financial situation is good and the chances of it going bankrupt are relatively low. So this is the main criteria of how I choose the broker. And one of the main requirements of how these platforms get approved by FCA is to hold the money of their clients in a segregated bank account, and this money cannot be used for any other purposes rather than buying the shares that I ordered them to buy. But in their new terms and conditions, there is a new paragraph that says that my money may be kept in a separate bank, but not in the UK, but somewhere abroad. And because this money is not in the UK, this means that this money is not protected by the FCA regulations, which in my opinion doesn't make much sense and is quite worrying. And this is not only my opinion, but this is the opinion of more knowledgeable people whose videos I watched on YouTube or whose articles I read on the internet, and that made sense for me. And I mean, you don't have to be an expert to understand this part of terms and conditions. I'm going to attach it here so you can read it yourself and decide what you make out of it. Again, if I don't understand it correctly, please leave in the comments your thoughts on what exactly Trading212 meant, but to me this sounds very odd. Then, after all of this happened, and I already had serious doubts about my investments through Trading212, I received another notification that in their recent update on their terms and conditions there was a typo. And to me, it's not a big problem, of course. Well, everybody makes mistakes. But in such an important document, a financial document that they sent over to millions of their users, and they make a typo, and it's such a stupid typo, which is just a number, just a wrong number. It just looks so unprofessional to me that I find it really hard to justify it. I am sure they understand that their whole reputation at the moment is in a very big danger, and by such actions and by making such mistakes, they definitely don't help it at all. So after receiving this email, I was, let's say, 95% sure that I am going to cancel my account with Trading212, but the last straw was something that I read on Google. Apparently, at the end of July, the co-founders of Trading212 invested over £13 million into their platform. And on one side, it is a very good piece of news because now they will definitely not have any financial problems. They have lots of cash that they can reinvest and do whatever they want with it. But I found it really suspicious, because if they had absolutely no problems with finance, then why would the co-founders decide to invest this extra money? In my opinion, which is only my opinion, and again is not based on any facts because the official claims of Trading212 are actually completely opposite, the only reason of why the co-founders would decide to invest such huge funds into their platform is if the platform needed this money to stay alive. And this is where my trust in Trading212 has broken completely. And since that moment, I am 100% sure that I am going to stop investing with Trading212. The main reason to that being that I don't trust this platform, and I don't want to stay with the broker who I don't trust. The facts and the logical conclusions say completely different things to the official statements that they tell us on their official website, on their official Twitter and other social networks. If they couldn't cope with the high demand in the beginning of 2021 due to some technical reasons, which is what they told us, then again, if they couldn't cope with those technical issues in half a year, then what sort of a broker is it? I don't know, but that is definitely not the broker that I want to work with. Anyway guys, now I'm gonna make my last update on my profile on Trading212, and don't think that I'm leaving it because I'm losing money there, because I was, again, I'm gonna repeat myself, I was prepared to lose money there. But of course, all these problems with Trading212, they made me less interested in my investments with them and more interested in finding out the potential real reasons of all these things that are going with Trading212 at the moment. So there is not much comments that I can make on my investments. Nothing has been bought or sold since my last update. I just want to show you the numbers and how much money I lost. I'm going to withdraw this money, I'm going to reinvest it into somewhere else, and again I'm going to do quite a high risky investment portfolio with this money, and if I lose it all, I lose it all. This is the money that is allocated for high risk for me. The two lessons that I've learned from this experience though is that first, not every penny stock is going to rise. Second, I am not the person who is going to watch the market every morning and who is going to trade frequently. That is not something that interests me. My idea of investing is passive investing. I want to see the results without, let's say, lifting my fingers. And with active trading, and especially investing into penny stocks, you have to be very active. You have to be on it all the time. And I wasn't. So altogether I invested £877, almost £78, and currently I'm losing 31.44% on it, so I will be able to withdraw £601. The companies that I invested in were different companies. I've already made the video about it and I don't want to repeat myself, so you can click this link here in the corner where I will attach the link to the video where I explain why I decided to invest into these particular companies. Well, as you can see, it didn't work well. American Airlines was actually the share that I was given by Trading212 on my registration because they had a promotion where you could get a free share. I think they still have it, but the problem is you cannot register as a new client. Boeing is minus 10%, which is a real shame because for a long time it was up. GameStop is minus 55%, whatever. I've spoken about it a lot in all of my videos, so yeah, I have one more GameStop. Lithium Americans are up, Nikola Corporation down, Occidental Petroleum down, Sesson Bio down, Sundial Growers down, and we are not talking 2-3% down, but you can see yourself how many percent they are down. The good thing is that I invested into each company very little sums, but this is something that I am just not interested in. I just don't want to watch the market, I don't want to be actively trading. Well, what can I do? I would much rather spend my time with my family. That's the truth. Okay guys, thanks so much for watching this video, and if you are a big fan of Trading 212, please leave your comment under this video telling me why you think I am wrong in my suspicions against Trading 212. Maybe I'm wrong, and in a way I even hope that I'm wrong, but I think I'm right. Okay guys, thanks so much for your time and attention today, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye!